What it do, guys? And today we'll be ranking every single NFL team's 2024 through 2025 season. We're going off a ranking system of GOAT, amazing, great, alright, meh, bad, and rebuild needed. With that being said, we're going to start off with the Arizona Cardinals. I think they are as meh as you can get. Mediocre season from Kyler Murray. Disappointing all throughout after they started off the season great. I just think they are the definition of mediocre. They go 8-9, most mid you can get without going above 500. A bad rookie season for Marvin Harrison Jr. It was just completely mediocre, and after they were predicted to be they weren't predicted to be very good this season either. They were just expected to maybe go above 500, but yeah, fell short of the mark after having a strong first half of the year. And with that being said, immediately the Falcons are going to go into the exact same tier, going 6-3 to start the year, lost to New Orleans, and then just lost 2 straight games, beat the Raiders by 6, benched Kirk Cousins, awful season for the Falcons, coming off that great first half of the year. Michael Penix had a good few games, and then they missed playoffs just by a tad, with back-to-back losses to the Commanders and then the Panthers in overtime. I think we're going to get our first amazing here with the Baltimore Ravens. They go 12-5, win a playoff game, win their division. They lose in the divisional round to the Buffalo Bills. I think, actually, I moved them to great. They had an amazing season. They lost in the divisional. They go 12-5. They lost to teams they should not have been losing to, like the Browns and the Raiders. I think that does move them down a little bit. Buffalo Bills, I'm going to put at amazing. Went 14-3, won 2 playoff games, lost in the AFC Championship again to the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen won MVP. Amazing season. I'm pretty sure, amazing is very justified for the Buffalo Bills. Carolina Panthers, I would put them in rebuild needed. I'm going to put them in rebuild needed. They need a defense, and that's definitely holding them down to that 5-12 record that they had, even though Bryce Young and Xavier Leggett had an amazing back half of the season. The Chicago Bears, they're bad. Simply as that, bad. Awful O-line. Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze had bad seasons. Caleb Williams played all right. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too spectacular from a first overall pick. Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals. All right. They went 9-8, just got above 500 after being 4-8 in the first 12 games. Absolutely no defense whatsoever. Lost to the New England Patriots in the first week. People blaming the defense, but how did Joe Burrow only put up 10 points against the dog shit New England Patriots? Joe Burrow put up insane numbers. He would have won MVP if he made playoffs. And yeah, good seasons from every single person on offense, O-line, and defense were not being very cooperative to help Joe Burrow here. The Cleveland Browns, bad. They don't even exactly need a rebuild. They need a quarterback and a slightly better defense. But they went 3-14, atrocious start. They beat the Steelers and the Ravens, which I'm pretty sure does put them at that nice echelon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to rearrange these tiers. Put rebuild needed above bad. Yeah, we got the Panthers above the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns has played atrociously, and yeah, it's simply as that. For the Dallas Cowboys, I think I'd put them at meh. They were bad team throughout the first half of the season. Won some games, won a few divisional games against the Giants and the Commanders. Won a single game against the Commanders, beat the Giants both times. Beat the Buccaneers when they were already about to tank. Got eliminated from playoffs when the Panthers did beat the Cardinals. And, yeah. The Denver Broncos, I'm pretty sure they had a great season for what they were expected to do. They were only expected to get 5-6 wins. But with great coaching and an amazing rookie season by Bo Nix, they did surpass their expectation, which does warrant a great. The Detroit Lions, put them at amazing. They went 15-2, did not win a playoff game, got the 1 seed, won their division, a division that had 3 playoff teams. They had a great season, but the fact that they did not win a single playoff game does knock them down a little bit here. The Green Bay Packers, they are the definition of an all-right team. They lost every single game in their division except for one against the Chicago Bears. Lost to every single good team they played. They had a mediocre season, lost in the wild card to the Philadelphia Eagles. Texans, I'm going to put, again, all right. They were expected to go 10-7 because they did rebuild their team a bunch in the offseason last year. It's traded for Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon, but they weren't expected to do as good. They did, and they won a playoff game, demolishing the Chargers. The Indianapolis Colts, meh. The Indianapolis Colts won more games than they should have. They won every single divisional game they could have, except for the ones against the Texans. They went 8-9, lost to the New York Giants on a must-win game, got their ass whooped by the absolutely atrocious New York Giants, and that's not a good look. So I'm going to put them at meh, just based off that fact. The Jacksonville Jaguars, bad. We go 4-13. Injuries did play a factor. Trevor Lawrence only played 10 games, got a dirty hit, but it still happens. Injuries happen. And they go 4-13, and that's awful. Bad luck. Kansas City Chiefs, I'm going to put them the greatest of all time. They do go 15-2. Played in 3 playoff games, lost in the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's justifiable of an amazing season. Going undefeated 9 straight games. Yeah. Los Angeles Chargers, they had a great season. But the fact that they lost in the playoffs to the Texans, I'm going to put them at all right. They go 5-12 last season, but then this season they turn around, go 11-6. They're expected to at least make it divisional, and they get blown out by the Texans in the wild card. It's not a good rep. The LA Rams, I'm gonna put at great. They win a playoff game. They go 10-7, win their division. Lost to the Eagles by 6. Just demolished the Minnesota Vikings, a 14-win team that was contending for the 1 seed the week beforehand. It's a great season. Las Vegas Raiders, bad. Las Vegas Raiders has had an awful season. They go 4-13, lose every single game in their division. It's bad luck. Miami Dolphins, meh. They go 8-9, middle of the pack. They win majority of their games inside their division. Only lost to the Jets and lost to the Jets once and the Bills twice. So won exactly half of their divisional games. All right season. Tua gets hurt. Skylar Thompson comes in, plays all right. It's a completely mediocre season from a team that was slated to make playoffs after going 11-6 last year. Minnesota Vikings, I put them. I'm gonna put them at amazing due to the fact that they were expected to play awful with Sam Darnold under center. They go 14-3, don't win a playoff game. Again, Sam Darnold choking under pressure like he did the week beforehand against the Detroit Lions. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, amazing's a just fine spot for them. New England Patriots, bad. They had a bad season. All right season for Drake May. Started after week 4. Beat the Bengals. Beat the Bills, backups. But, 2 Two great teams they beat. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they played all right. Bad season. Bad play. It is what it is. New Orleans Saints. I have to put them at bad. Actually, hold up. New Orleans Saints, I'm going to put them in the injury prone section. They played great when their whole squad was healed up. Only lost to the Eagles by 3. Went head to head with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm pretty sure, they played good in the first half. Injuries happened to Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, all those great guys, and it all starts going downhill. New York Giants, bad. Awful bad. All these teams could use a rebuild, but Carolina is the only team here that's shown strides of being amazing with what they had. Like, no defense, allowed like second most points in the NFL. So that's why they're in this section, not these guys. New York Jets, bad season. Bad season. Awful season. Expecting to make playoffs, go maybe get 10, 11 wins, go 5-12 with Aaron Rodgers under center. They had some wins. They did beat the Texans on Halloween, and that's it. That's completely bad and disappointing season from the New York Jets. Still on that 15-year playoff drought. The Philadelphia Eagles obviously are going to make that GOAT category. They won the Super Bowl. They go 14-3, run through playoffs, they beat the Packers by 2 scores, beat the Rams, and then destroy the Commanders in the NFC Championship, then absolutely demolished the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's definitely an amazing year for them. Pittsburgh Steelers, all right. Again, Mike Tomlin doing whatever he can to get above 500 and then just tanking the rest of the season. They make playoffs. Still have not won a playoff game since 2017. Lost to the Ravens in the wild card round. Got demolished by the Ravens in the wild card round and sent to Cancun. Mr. Unlimited had a great season for the first half and then lost, 4 straight games after being 6-1 there. Bad end of year, great start year after beating the Ravens. Beat the Ravens with only field goals. Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to put them at an all right season. 10-7 season. Almost made playoffs. Just hardly didn't make it. All right, year for after they were definitely clinched to make playoffs towards the middle of the season when they were about 10-3, and then they just lost every single game. It was hard to watch, really, the downfall of the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith just starting to break down. Whoa. San Francisco 49ers. They go to the Super Bowl last year, and then this year they go 6-11. Didn't do nothing, really. Bad season for San Fran. They did have some injuries. Nothing too prominent, though. Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Ricky Pearsall got shot before the season started. But besides that, there was nothing really too wrong. Deebo Samuel was an awful year. I don't think Brock Purdy was able to step it up in that time to elevate his team when they needed it, and they go 6-11. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they win their division, an all-right season, losing the wild card to the Commanders, who made the NFC Championship. They did beat the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles in the regular season, but that was early reg season, doesn't matter too much actually. Lost to the Chiefs in overtime. Yeah, good season for what it was. Good job, Tampa. They won their division, Tennessee Titans. I don't know if I put them in rebuild needed, but Will Levis is just atrocious. They have not shown any flashes of being halfway decent. Right. The Washington Commanders, I'm going to put them in amazing. They were 4-13 last year. This year they make the NFC Championship after beating the Buccaneers and then demolishing the 15-2 1 seed Detroit Lions. Although, the Detroit Lions have an injured defense. But, yeah, the Commanders had an amazing season. Beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Beat the Cowboys. Beat the Giants. They did lose to the Cowboys, too. But just great season for them. And, yeah, that's my tier list. Comment if you disagree. And with that being said, that was your boy. Deuces.